Hello, this is Dr. Aubrey Wallace, and this is the EOE report, EmBody Our Evolution Report, for January 16th to January 22nd, 2023. Last week we had quite a birth process happening with the Chakra 7 focus. So your challenge was to kind of move between your expertise and your ability to surrender and stay focused on the now to kind of start to birth in some new healthy ways of being. This week we move into a Chakra 2 focus, and Chakra 2 is about taking a risk or stepping out with your power. So I hope this week you want to pay attention to your gut, pay attention to what you're called to say yes to and move forward with that in your life. Also pay attention if you're not getting a yes in your gut, or if you aren't lined up with a yes there. You may want to listen in some more and maybe give it a little bit of time before you take action on things that don't line up really well. This week we have a bluebird on our map, so we have another little assistance from the animal kingdom here. Bluebirds generally represent spring, sweetness, kind of new beginnings, new growth, happiness. Bluebird is a very happy bird. Also, there are different traditions that have bluebirds associated with bringing rainbows. They are generally considered creative and happy and wonderful heralds of opportunity in spring. So the bluebird is a very positive thing to have show up on a map for us. This one was dive bombing, and bluebirds don't tend to be super territorial. Generally, they tend to be very sweet birds. They tend to commit to their mate, and so they often represent commitment to your happiness, commitment to your values. My guess is if they're dive bombing, they probably would feel a need to protect or a need to be a little bit more strong about bringing those aspects in and making sure they keep their territory safe. So I think the interpretation of this for me today is that we need to pay attention and make sure that we are keeping ourselves in our territory of happiness. And if things are actually threatening our well-being and threatening our growth and threatening our spring opportunity of happiness, that we may want to just give them a little dive bomb, like check in, I love you, get out of my space, and set some clean boundaries there, especially when second chakra is the focus for the week. The colors here of this bird, our evolutionary growth leap is the primary color of the bluebird here. So I do think that it is a bit of an evolutionary leap for us to really be protective and focus on our bringing happiness, commitment to happiness right there into the center of our lives. Her eye came in as the color of Under the Tuscan Sun Brown, which is the color of seeing through the vision, grounded in the vision of how you want things to be in the world. So I think she has her eye on how she'd like life to be, and she's got her beak in Feisty Love in Action. So I think both between those two, she sees a world she wants, and she's willing to do the work to set the boundaries and keep clear on how that's going to look. And this week it might look a little bit more like saying some firm no's and being clear about what it is that you're wanting to create in your life. There is also a lot of just blue in this map today. So I think there's a lot around just express who you are, just be who you are, express you to the world. And part of that will be bringing forth that happiness and that strong commitment to your own beingness, your own expression. There's also lots of little pink there so I do think you may need to do some unconditionally loving action towards yourself here this week while you're expressing. And then the last color here, the dive is express. Just say what you need to say. Don't hold back. The bomb is in the color of peacock blue. So I do think that aspect is kind of our evolutionary bridge across to almost other dimensional impact. So that's really us at the top of our expression game, kind of mastering who we are, coming here to be. So if you dive in, commit to who you are, dive bomb in, and commit to fully to your own happiness this week, I think that will line up with your yeses in that second chakra again, and I hope you enjoy this week of adventure. Thanks.